On the last video, I asked if anybody had any questions or comments or things that they wanted me to do. And somebody asked a question about how do I get the water out of the drip trays that are under the buckets? That's a good question, and I'll show you how I do that. But first I'm going to tell you why I do that. We put this really nice nutrient-rich soil in these buckets, and the water that is washing out of it is just black and full of the nutrients. And I don't want to lose that. When the weather gets warmer and we have to start watering it, I'd rather be watering it with this nutrient-rich water than just putting regular water in it and having to supply fertilizer. So I started collecting it. And here's how I've collected it. I've run a hose down the side of the deck. We'll go down there and look at that in a little bit. Up to here, so that I can siphon it out. Sometimes, if there's enough liquid in the bottle down there, I can just kind of suck on it, bring the water up, and then go. But the bucket's empty right now, so I have to prime it up here. So I'm going to take a drink of the water, I'm going to prime it, and we're going to suck some water out of one of these two buckets. You ready? This is exciting stuff. Physics in action. And I just let it go. And it may not look like it's going, but it's going. There's a lot of water that gets into the bottom of these and in the bottom of the buckets. And I just let that go. And after it gets going, it only takes a few minutes to do all of them. And the water's going. And since this hose is so long and is going down there, as soon as this gets kind of empty, I'll just move over to another one. And I draw them all down like that. And I get all the water out that I want to. I'm done with it. Clean it off. Hang it back over here. It's finishing draining. And then it's done. We'll go down and we'll take a look. So down here in my backyard, I've got the hose that we were looking at upstairs coming down and into this bottle here. And I just made this little wooden cap for it, and it's beginning to fill up. So the two things that we did, put maybe 2 inches of water in the bottom of this bucket or jug. And when it fills up, I pour it in that 5-gallon bucket of the stuff that we've got upstairs, or just go and dump it on one of the other plants, depending on what I'm doing. So that's the simple way I use of getting the water out of the bucket. Anyhow, any other questions? Anything else you want to see about my little bucket garden? Let me know. Comment, subscribe, and I think there's a bell. If you're logged in, there may be a bell. Click that bell, you'll get notifications. Actually, I've been reading that helps my channel a lot, so give it a shot. Thanks.